Hey there guys, how's it going? So at the moment I'm currently working on a few projects and one of them is a Ninja Turtles movie ranking video, but the idea came across to me the other day and I said to myself, hey, do you remember that Ninja Turtle Power Ranger crossover episode that happened about 20 years ago? I'm like, yeah I do. For you guys who probably don't know what I'm talking about, 20 years ago, and this was a time before we had like the Arrowverse and the Infinity War crossover, and crossover episodes were very rare in television and movies, so this was kind of a treat for us. And this wasn't the first time that Power Rangers did a crossover episode. The one before was one with like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers teamed up with Masked Rider to introduce the Masked Rider to the audience, so for his own show, which was quite a good show. I liked that show, but it got axed off within like one series. So this crossover episode known as Shell Shock, which took place on Power Rangers in Space, that involves the adaptation of the Ninja Turtles known as Ninja Turtles The Next Mutation. Originally this was meant to be the fourth film in the 90s trilogy, but after like Ninja Turtles 3 being an absolute fail, they decided to change the game really, make it a TV show instead, which wasn't really a continuation of that trilogy. It was more like they borrowed stuff from it, like some of the props, some of the locations really, but Next Mutation was one of the lowest points of the franchise. So this was created by Saban, distributed by Hasbro, aired on Fox Kid, and the characters were owned by Fibo. So I don't know who was gaining the profit out of this. It was like 25% each. It was a very confusing time. But my god, this was not just a bad show. This was a disgrace to the Ninja Turtle franchise. They were better than this, because I don't know what to think of it really, because first thing, the Ninja Turtles aren't brothers in this adaptation and they took the core out of that. Secondly, they introduced a female turtle which had like breasts, which I mean, I don't really want to think about it. And thirdly, for a show that took place in New York, it was all filmed in Canada, and I don't know how they got away with it. To be fair, Power Rangers was at a low point as well. In Space was originally meant to be the last series of Power Rangers, because I think the franchise was just losing steam and Turbo today isn't really appreciated that well. But now, In Space is considered to be one of the greatest series of Power Rangers for its writing, characters, villains, the Psycho Ranger arc, Countdown to Destruction. I could go on and on. So the plot to Shell Shock. So Astronomer brainwashes the Turtles so they can trick the Rangers to hijack the mega ship, but later on in the episode the brainwashing gets undone. They join the Rangers to save the day. That's pretty much it. And what did I think of this episode? You know, I really like this episode. Yes, it's one of the lowest points of the franchise. It's definitely one of the weak episodes, the Power Rangers in Space. But I could watch this episode and enjoy it. There's so much to appreciate. Yes, this episode does not help for the Next Mutation series at all, but I think it's a fun episode. There are a couple of issues, like how does Astronomer know that the Ninja Turtles exist even though they live in the sewers? And at the beginning, Raphael says the Power Rangers don't exist, they're just pretend, and I'm like, seriously, you don't watch the news, because the Power Rangers has been established for like the last 6 years. And there's this one line that still makes me laugh today. So the megaship is approaching a quantum field and Astronomer asks Michelangelo, what is that? And Michelangelo responded in such a hilarious line. He says, wait, you're asking a turtle that lives in a sewer to explain a cosmic event? It still makes me laugh. It's really funny. So overall, Shell Shock is a harmless crossover episode. It doesn't really impact the franchise that much because it's pretty much forgotten. Yes, and the Next Mutation series still sucks today, but Power Rangers in Space is still considered to be one of the greatest series of all time. So I thought I just want to talk about this. This was just a fun video to do, really. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Go like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, what did you think of Shell Shock? And what fun memories do you have of the Next Mutation or Power Rangers in Space? Go check out my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram page. You guys are awesome. I got your back.